What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Cosmic Crucible, the upcoming season, the changes they have done, including the increased rewards. Also, we're going to talk about the rules for this new season, about how your mutants are going to be, like, some of the best teams to use in Cosmic Crucible, and just kind of break down some of the best teams you can be using in each different room, and just talk about my ideas on which teams I'm probably going to try to put in defense, see how things work out. We're going to break that all down in today's video. So if you guys do enjoy this video, you find it helpful and or informative, make sure that like button, share, and subscribe. Liking the video does help with the algorithm and helping to share that video to more people. So more likes on the video is always appreciated. Let's dive right into it. So Crucible Season 1. We've been in this preseason for a while, it feels like. And this will start on September 12th. So very, very soon here. And what's going to happen, the big thing, is that there's now going to be more leagues. There are going to be subdivisions. So much like how we have in War, we have like the Platinum tier, which you have like Platinum 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the same thing here with your league subdivisions in Cosmic Crucible. So your Diamond's going to have like Diamond 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. And that's going to be for each of the subdivisions we have now. And then on top of that Masters division at the very top, there's going to be a new one called the Grand Masters, which is going to be reserved for the very best of the best. And no one will begin in that Grandmasters League, but it's going to be a very limited placement. So, you know, if you're really gung-ho about Cosmic Crucible, this is something that's probably going to be interested for you, that you're going to be interested in. Can't even speak properly this morning, but yeah, that's going to be a pretty elite tier. It's going to be interesting to see who's in there. But they note that you might not start the same rank that you are right now, because of how the subdivisions are divided up, but you'll be earning pretty much the same rewards you are now, if not better, and that they are also going to be including more rewards. For instance, there's now going to be more T2 level 4 ions. So, you know, much like how Alliance War now gives us T2 level 4 ions, Crucible is going to be updating those rewards as well. We can talk about that at a later point once we know for sure what those rewards are going to look like. In terms of your teams, obviously we already have Unlimited X-Men and Wakandans. Both those teams are going to be very powerful in this season. We'll talk about that. But also we're getting the Tangled Web team, and I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about this team. This team on paper looks incredibly overpowered, but we'll see how it shakes out. They say it's a Crucible team, but if you go and look through their kits, like there's like minor Crucible bonuses between their kits. So I'm not sure this is so much a Crucible team as just a general all-purpose team with those three characters. We'll see how it all pans out. You know, first, high-rated Cosmic Crucible players will be matched against different players on a more regular basis, meaning that you're not going to have the same players fighting each other on the same all the time. That was been an issue, I know, for some people. It's kind of made Crucible be a little stale, because you know who you're fighting, you know who you're going to be fighting against. It kind of gets a little boring. So they're going to try to mix that up a little bit, meaning that some of your lower tier players are going to get matched up against like your Masters characters a little more often. That's gonna suck for them. On the squad select screen, your top powered characters will no longer autofill, saving you time of having to clear the slots first. Thank you. Wish we could do that for more. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. More modes like raids, for instance. And then third, the main menu Cosmic Crucible button will give you updates on when trials are occurring. Perfect. So, moving on from that, we have our new stage rules. Still feel like I'm about to sneeze. Okay, so there are new rules for stages 3 through 6 and a new global stage rule, and here they are. So, the global rule, hero mutants gain 50% damage, 50% damage, 15% damage reduction, 100% focus, and 500% bonus resistance. On turn, hero mutants clear revive once and immunity from all enemies. Defending characters have plus 20% health and plus 10% damage. That's new. That's not new. We've already had that before. It's the defender's advantage. But yeah, if you don't have your hero mutants built up at this point and you're looking to compete in Cosmic Crucible, you better start building them up, because that is some crazy bonuses for those guys. Now, stages 1 and 2 do not have any new rules. This has pretty much been the standard. This is where you put like your general teams. Like if you want to throw Dark Hold with Dormammu on defense, that's usually the place you put them, because some of these other rooms have a little more like specific synergies with them that, you know, if you put Dormhold in those rooms, well, that's kind of a waste. Stage 3 is going to be Spider-Mania. On spawn, Spider-Verse characters gain Safeguard for 2 turns and 2 deflect. Alright, so obviously, if you have the Tangled Web team, this is where you're going to want to put them, because this is just going to be absolutely insane. I mean, you go and look through these kits. I mean, hold on. Woo, there we go. Anyways. Oh, maybe I'm about to sneeze again. No. Possibly. Oh, it's so close. Alright. Anyways. Sorry about that. Oh, man, that's been bothering me for like 30 minutes. Waiting for it to sneeze, but nope. Okay. Alright, so Spider-Weaver is obviously the new Strike exclusive character. She's going to be acquired for the Apocalypse Saga. But, I mean, she's applying stealth for 2 turns and all Tangled Web allies. So, I mean, with that, with Safeguard, you're not going to be able to get rid of that stealth. You're getting this barrier. You're getting a reduction in accuracy on the enemy teams. And all allies are getting 10% max health in Crucible. This is what I'm talking about, like, inside Crucible, they have some nice bonuses, but, like, look at everything in here. It's like, generate 1 ability energy, reduction in accuracy, enemies killed by this character cannot revive, gain 40% bonus max health. Like, all that's that's all outside of Crucible. Her ultimate and her special don't have any Crucible bonuses. Yeah, so, yeah, these are feeling like some general all-purpose characters with these, with the Tangled Web team. But, I mean, you go down here, Drain and Focus and Resistance. Yeah, these are going to be very powerful Crucible characters. And yeah, this is my idea, is that putting Tangled Web with some other strong Spider-Verse characters is gonna make a really, really gross defensive team. And my idea for this is, if we pull up the Spider-Verse teams, like my initial idea was to bring in Doc Ock and Anti-Venom. And you put Doc Ock on the end, and you get the regeneration with Doc already. And then he's applying deflect and speed up to adjacent allies each time he has charge. And he's going to build up charge pretty quickly. Then you bring in Anti-Venom, who, number one, is going to get all these positive effects on the enemy team, plus regeneration. You're already getting regeneration from Doc Ock. Anti-Venom is a little bit slower than Doc, so you'll get the speed up and deflect on Anti-Venom, who can then spread that. And you can't clear positive effects with the enemy team because they're going to have Safeguard. So you're going to get speed up and deflect at the very least on Anti-Venom, plus 2 regenerations from his ultimate. And then he's going to spread that to everything on the enemy team. And then on the second turn, he's going to clear heal block on your characters. He's going to apply immunity, and he's going to heal them based on his max health. So you're going to get this crazy sustain with Doc Ock and Anti-Venom on that team. And that could be really, really interesting. And plus, also, like, if you get some vulnerable on the enemy team, you start using Deathclaw, like, it takes all the positive effects that he has on him and changes them into negative effects on the enemy character. So, and he's also healing with this. So you're gonna get some crazy sustain with both Anti-Venom and Doc Ock on the enemy team. Now, in terms of other Spider-Verse characters, do not use Web Warriors. I've seen, every time I see a Web Warriors team on defense, I feel like that meme of the guy who's like rubbing his hands together and licking his lips, because all you have to do is use Bionic Avengers. The deflex and the safeguards are not going to change the fact that Web Warriors are just going to get absolutely trounced by Bionic Avengers. Do not use Web Warriors on Bionic Avenger or on defense. It's a very easy clear now. Now, you could also try using like a Sinister Six team here. This is one where obviously you want to use a kind of Spider-Verse character, and you're kind of limited in terms of you have Web Warriors, Symbiotes, and Sinister Six. Obviously, Tangled Web will be the team to use there once it goes live, so you got to find some other characters with it. And Doc and Anti-Venom are very easy choices there. You could bring in Mysterio, because I believe Mysterio, well, yeah, it's just for Spider-Verse allies, or Sinister Six allies, but you get a little bonus focus there with Spider-Verse. I believe Green Goblin could also, yeah, you're like with Spider-Verse here with Green Goblin, he's able to remove positive effects on each Spider-Verse ally's turn, so you're gonna have all these chances to remove speed or buffs from the enemy team with him. Let's see, who else? Vulture. Vulture could be interesting. Maybe. No. I mean, he does go pretty quickly. And you can apply slow to this enemy team. You can reduce speed bar on the enemy team. So Vulture could be an interesting choice. But yeah, Green Goblin with the ability to remove positive effects off the enemy team on each Spider-Verse character's turn could be an interesting one. I believe Electro. I mean, obviously you have the Electro synergy with charge and everything. And you do have the buff removal and the offense down with this. So there is or sorry, no, you don't get the buff removal outside of War. So you won't get that outside of War. But you know, there's some good opportunities for like a Tangled Web plus Sinister Six team. And that will leave your Web Warriors to use somewhere else if you want to. Like, I'm not really positive. I'm not really like keen on using Web Warriors inside Cosmic Crucible. They're just not a reliable team. So moving on from that, we have Latent Power. On end of turn, global heroes gain offense up. So with this one, this is where I think Wakandans are going to be best, because if you go and look at your global hero teams, you do have unlimited X-Men, but I'm going to use them in a separate room. You do have some really interesting global hero teams. You also have Gamma. You can use Gamma in here as well. Gamma on Crucible defense. They're gaining offense up at the end of each of their turns. That means that they don't have a way to gain offense up right now. So if you do get offense up on them, that's gonna do some pretty nasty stuff. Like for example, Hulk with his counters, he has offense up. He's gonna gain even more damage with that. She-Hulk with her offense up, that's gonna increase the damage of her passive ability. You have a very healthy option of global hero teams. Secret Avengers is a global hero team. Your Gamma team, Bionic Avengers is global hero. Unlimited X-Men. There's a little bit of Young Avengers in here. Your Uncanny X-Men, which I would not use, but yeah, your Wakandans are a global hero team. So if you're looking to put your Wakandans on defense, this is probably a good spot. They're gonna get a lot of offense up with this. And as far as I can tell, that offense up does not expire like at any set time. It doesn't specify when it expires, but you know, this allows for like they get counter. Like this basically like part of the kit for Wakanda is they gain counter. And if you have offense up on them with that counter, well, they're going to counter, they're going to deal more damage. It also means their next turn they're going to deal even more damage. So, you know, Black Panther's ultimate's going to deal more damage. The ultimate from Killmonger's going to deal more damage. So, this is where if you're looking to use Wakandans on defense, this is where I think Latent Power is going to be your best bet, that room 4. There are some other, like there's Shield, but Shield's not very good. Unlimited X-Men you can use here, but again, I want to use them in a different room. We'll talk about that here in a moment. So, like, Wakandans, I think, is going to be a pretty strong global offensive or a global defensive team to use there in Stage 4. And then in Stage 5, on turn, bio characters apply offense down to a random enemy without offense down. But yeah, so we had talked about using, like, global heroes, talk about Gamma, but bio... If you look through your bio roster, there's not a lot of teams here that you can get that full synergy from. Like, you have different characters within it that do have that bio tag. And also you have Web Warriors, you have Symbiotes that both have that are both full bio teams, but those aren't really impressive defensive teams. Again, if you try to put Web Warriors on defense, Bionic Avengers are just going to run right over them. So, this is where you want to find a team that's going to have a lot of bio synergy. And we can't ignore the fact that we will be getting Red Hulk in this next patch, meaning that you're going to have a full bio team at your disposal for that room. But, I mean, like, yeah, like, you've got, like, Spider-Woman is a bio character. Jessica Jones is a bio character. Captain Marvel's a bio character, but then, like, Nico's Mystic. So, there's like, no full bio team that you can really get that full synergy from with this global room bonus outside of Gamma, Symbiotes, and Web Warriors. And there's only one of those 3 teams I'm going to want to put on defense. So, this is where I'm leaning towards Gamma in this room, just because you're going to be able to constantly put offense down on the enemy team. There's going to be a lot of debuffs already with, like, defense up is flipping the defense down. They're going to be a pretty strong team, I think, in that room. I would definitely lean towards putting Gamma in room 5. And then finally we get to stage 6, Tales of Legends. Legendary characters gain 50% damage. On spawn, legendary characters gain 3 turns of defense up and safeguard. And on turn, legendary characters remove all negative effects from themselves and gain speed up. So this is where I want to do a sort of combination of mutant teams. There's 4 legendary mutant characters right now, but 3 of them are different types of X-Men. We have Jubilee with Astonishing X-Men, we have Rogue with Unlimited X-Men, and we have Phoenix with Uncanny X-Men. All 3 of those characters are legendaries, and they're going to get their mutants, so they're going to get the global bonus of bonus damage, focus, resistance, damage reduction, everything. They're going to be very powerful. This is where I think you're going to see a lot of Unlimited X-Men teams on defense, because Rogue is just going to be an absolute unit here. But what I'm kind of leaning towards is trying to get at least 2 legendary mutants on that node because of that damage increase. And what I'm kind of leaning towards right now is a squad of like Jubilee and Phoenix. Now, like, I don't want to use Rogue and Phoenix together because Rogue's just going to taunt. And then when Phoenix tries to put stealth on Rogue, Rogue's going to override it because Rogue has safeguard. So Phoenix and Rogue are probably not going to work too well together, but you can't ignore the fact that Phoenix is going to be really interesting because her Dark Phoenix spawn also has a legendary tag on her, meaning that when Phoenix dies and Dark Phoenix spawns, she gets defense up and safeguard for 3 turns. She already gets the damage increase from the room bonus. She also gets another increase because of the global bonus. Dark Phoenix in room 6 could potentially be a very devastating character. She's going to be hard to kill once you get the, once she's out. Like, this is where you want to bring in some kind of taunting character. So this is where I'm thinking, like Jubilee, Bishop, maybe Colossus. These are also, like, you want to bring in Magic, because if Dark Phoenix is blocked by Kestrel, well, then Magic summons her, and you're still going to get this. And I'm trying to remember now with the kit. Does Magic summon if Dark Phoenix dies? I don't think she does. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, see, I'm wondering if Dark Phoenix dies, does Magic summon her again? And if that happens, that's nuts. Like, that's 2 Dark Phoenixes you're gonna get, and that is where you're gonna. Oh man, that would be absolutely insane. So yeah, like an Uncanny Astonishing X-Men hybrid where you bring in Jubilee, Phoenix, bring in Magic, Beast, and I don't know. Like, you don't want to bring in Colossus. Colossus is gonna pull taunts off of Phoenix, and you want Phoenix to die as quickly as possible. So I don't know, like, it could be a very interesting one. Now, also, I mean, you could always bring in some Marauders if you want to. Like, I imagine Madeline Pryor could be interesting in this room. Namor did get a buff, but he's still a very heavy war character, so I'm not keen on bringing Namor into Crucible. But yeah, like an Astonishing X-Men, Unlimited X-Men, or Uncanny X-Men hybrid could be really powerful here. But at the same time, you also could use that on offense in this room too. Or you can also use them on offense in any room. And this is where, like, it's either going to be Unlimited or some kind of Uncanny Astonishing X-Men hybrid, I think is what you're going to see in the Mutants in this room 6. Like, Rogue and Jubilee also are going to work really well together. Gambit is going to go absolutely nuts. Yeah, you're gonna see some hybrid mutant teams in room 6 is what I can guess you're gonna see. In terms of other legendaries, like, there's some nice legendaries here. Like, Iron Man obviously got a huge buff, and that Bionic Avengers team is pretty good, but none of the other legendaries really hold a candle to the mutant legendaries this time. Morgan Le Fay would get some nice bonuses, obviously. Black Bolt, Omega Red, Atom, Ebony. I mean, most of your other legendaries are kind of eh. So, I don't know. I'd like to know from you guys, what are you guys planning to use in the different team rooms? Do you guys agree with my thoughts on different teams to put in there? Do you guys have different ideas? What do you guys think of the changes coming to Crucible Season 1? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.